Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our finale of our Old Gods of Appalachia countdown to Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. My name is Unravel Sarkon. You can call me Will if you like. I'll be the storyteller this evening. And last we left off with this group. They fought off the wolves that had jumped them at the blockage of the railroad tracks. They heard about the crew wanting to hunker down for the evening instead of facing the tracks and the Appalachian landscape in the dark. But they were told about the layered deer that Marshal Prescott had seen staring at them. And as they were getting back on the train, Marshal Prescott was forced to remember a past failure. They noticed that the cavity in the crate was empty, as if the box had been taken out. And Hugo also told them that the wife of Mr. Barrow was not in the room during the wolf attack. They learned that the Statler family was in lumber before moving into paper and bookbinding. And once they got to their next stop, they were introduced to Gertrude Billings, who owns a bed and breakfast style home. They were put up in the Billings boys' rooms from eldest to youngest. It was Bastian, Benton, and Brigg. They found a locked door upstairs as they were snooping around. They found a locked door downstairs. But they also saw a huge greenhouse out back. They were told about the pie maker down the street named Elizabeth Barrister, who showed up that evening after her house suddenly started acting up and she heard noises and was worried about the situation there. And we're going to pick up right where we left off as a old baseball was bouncing down the stairs towards them from one of the closed rooms. Hello, boys. It's good to see you again.
Hello.
Hello.
So
Hey there.
the ball comes to a stop and it lulls there for a second, kind of back and forth. And suddenly a boy materializes behind it, and then a girl, and then a couple more boys, couple girls, couple boys, and it's just they're slowly kind of gathered around the ball looking at it. There's about a dozen of them, and then the first little boy looks up and sees you looking at them, and he gasps, and all of them look up at the same time, and they all kind of shuffle behind him. Excuse me. You can see that they are frightened.
Under my breath, I say, "Oh, hell no!"
Now, do these look at all like the children we had seen before?
No.
Little Charlie and
No,
what's his face?
these do not have the same lamplight reflected in their eyes.
But they just appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Here we go again.
One of the little girls points at the three of you and whispers something to the little boy, and his hands come out to either side of him, almost protective. But you can see that they're like an inch away from their fight or flight response, but they're leaning more towards flight than anything else.
They don't look dangerous like the others.
No, the two that you faced before definitely had a bravado about them. All of these have fear on their face.
But where'd you all come from?
The lead boy points upstairs.
Mm.
One of the other kids points at the baseball.
You want your ball?
One of the kids in the back nods, but you see the lead boy just stays there with his hands outstretched. Kind of, if you get closer, you'll see him kind of like wince as it's very evident that whatever life these children had was not a gentle one.
I want to try to do a special ability action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What do you want to try to do?
I want to do a little trick for the children.
Okay.
I think I just made it pop up here. Draw item. A loose object within short range that you could carry in one hand is drawn to your free hand.
Mm.
If the object is struck or held by another creature, you must succeed a might roll or whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just go whoop.
It's an intellect ability. Your
Mhm.
edge.
You're gonna take the ball away from them?
May I go hand it to him?
Your edge is high enough that it's free.
Oh. Oh, wow, I could just do that whenever.
Yeah. Yeah, look at you.
So I'm just gonna foomp, and motion over towards the one in the back that seemed to want the ball.
He kind of steps up and puts his hands out like in a cupping motion. The lead boy still kind of steps in front of him, like not blocking him, but definitely steps in front with his arm, kind of like that mom arm when she brakes too hard when she the car just shoots out.
Do you want the ball instead?
You can give it to him. It's all right.
I'll very carefully pass it into his hand. See if he's able to actually hold it.
He is,
Well,
and he backs off.
I'll step back too.
He just is surrounded by the little kids as they're like touching the ball and but the lead boy kind of stays there.
You all know the Billings?
Yeah, Miss Gertrude is nice to us. You all have the mark about you. Did you know that?
The mark. What's that?
Or do we know what that means?
You don't, because nothing's marked any of you.
Mm-hmm.
But he wrings his hands in front of him. It's hard to explain because the creature befuddles the mind.
Mm.
I grab a plate with some pie, or the cobbler. Sorry, cobbler.
Cobbler.
The cobbler. Forks.
Don't want to start a game
One
war.
for me and one for me, and then I crouched down like eye level to the child, and offered. I take a bite, and I offered him also a piece of the cobbler with the other fork.
We can't partake of that, sir. Sorry. Some things are beyond even us.
Noted.
Do I see anything with see the unseen, by the way?
Outside, you can see a couple other kids that are staring in. But ever since the lead boy materialized and everybody else materialized, they went from being unseen to being just fully seen. There were hints of them before, like you could see the little outline kind of shifting the light and whatnot, but now it's everyone that was invisible is visible.
What's this creature that you mentioned?
We have a hard time talking about it. We all saw the same thing though. And he kind of holds his hand out about his waist level, so it's about like 2 feet high. It is a statue about this big. It was buried out behind the Barrister barn. Miss Barrister found it when she was digging up graves for her husband after he passed. She brought it into the house, keeps it in the basement. It's an awful
Okay.
thing.
Take your time. Do you know what this creature looks like? Can you describe?
It's a shape. It's pink.
Can you point us towards the spot behind the barn?
Yeah, it ain't difficult to find.
Should we go try to take care of this? Investigate? We're dealing with our own haunted statue.
Most definitely. By the way, does my spirit lore give me any hints on this?
It sounds very much in line with what Hugo tried to parlay as far as the statue he saw when he tried to draw it. Now he couldn't actually put it to paper. It sounds very similar.
And now, when you said the barrister buried it, did you mean Miss Billings?
Miss Barrister.
Oh, the barristers put it behind this the Billings farmhouse.
The Miss
Am I
Barrister.
switching the names?
Miss Barrister has her own barn.
Oh, Barrister's the neighbor.
Yeah, the pilot lady.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Not cobbler pie.
Mm. Let's go investigate the basement, I would say.
It's dark, right?
Yep.
The sun has set.
I'm
yes.
gonna. Okay, before we make moves, I'm gonna use Centown, my cipher Centown.
What is that?
I'm gonna take that mixture, put it around my eyes, nose, and mouth. For 5 hours per cipher level, you can see in the dark as if it were daylight and have an acid in all perception tasks, including those involving smell and taste.
Oh,
And
the
since it's a level
Centaur.
6, I have 30 hours of
Mhm.
it. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna use that up.
Sure.
Second.
But as he goes to the door, the other kids go upstairs, and you don't hear any footfalls. You don't hear any of the traditional stomping that comes from kids running up the stairs. It's very unsettling. But you do hear the thunk as they try to go through the door with the baseball. And then
Well, that's adorable.
the little boy that had it just kind of peeks his head out and just, that's right. And then he slowly disappears into the room.
Should we call for our hostess? Or at least check out
Believe-
what's up?
I believe she's attending to her friend and neighbor.
Who might know something about the statue she buried, but might not want us to interfere either.
Do I hear anything coming from upstairs, like any conversation or anything like that?
From the master bedroom, just hushed kind of reassurances, like it's all right, you're gonna be okay.
Mm.
Maybe we should ask and see, and let her know we'll take a look around, make sure everything's all right at the place. And knock at the door.
As a lover of both pie and cobbler, I think you should be the one to.
You see, after a moment, the door opens and Miss Gertrude Billings is standing there and sitting in a rocking chair in the back corner. You can see Elizabeth Barrister just kind of like rocking back and forth, arms kind of wrapped around her shoulders, and this look of being unnerved.
Sorry to bother. Excuse ourselves. Me and the others were thinking of taking a look. If it's all right with you, ma'am.
The others
Make
and
sure everything's all right.
Sorry, the others and I. You're a grown man. You should know proper context.
Sorry, the others and I
Good.
would like to make sure everything's all right over there at your friend's house.
Oh, I'm sure Miss Barrister would enjoy that profusely. She's a little out of herself right now, but I'd be careful. It is after dark, and things have gotten rougher since a few months back. So just keep your wits about you, is all.
How so?
Oh, it's mostly superstitions, but things have changed since some of the men were. And she steps out and closes the door behind her. I don't want to talk about it in front of Miss Elizabeth, but ever since the men were taken in the wheat fire a few months ago, things have been rough here.
Was her husband one of those men?
He was, bless his soul. She crosses herself.
This is the first time she does that too. Noted.
You boys be careful. I'll keep Miss Elizabeth company.
Is it alright if I say a few words to her? Maybe I can help ease and calm her down a little bit before I leave.
If you think that'll help. And she opens the door and she doesn't close it all the way, but she does kind of close it, and she looks at you. You're not a Baptist, are you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like-
I didn't want any singing or anything like that in my house at this hour.
Oh, no singing.
Okay.
No,
Come
ma'am.
on. No. Mm. She leads you over to Miss Barrister, and she kind of pulls out a little ottoman, and she slides it over with her foot for you. You can sit if you'd like. It used to be my makeup chair,
Thank you.
back when I prettied myself up.
No need for that. You don't need for the makeup. Natural. So I sit down on the ottoman and I put my hand out, as in like to reach out for Elizabeth's hand, and hopefully it's, like comfort.
She does not take it.
I just leave it there on the armrest. Hello, Miss. What is it? Bastion?
Barrister?
Bastard?
Barrister?
Barrister?
Mhm.
Miss Barrister, how are you? My name is
Excuse me.
Blatsu.
Thank you, excuse me.
My name is Father Hill. You can call me Jerry. And I couldn't help overhearing what you had mentioned. Miss Gertrude over here at the dinner table. And she also explained to us what had happened to your husband and the other men in this town.
Her eyes cut to you immediately when you bring that up.
And I was wondering if a simple prayer might help ease your mind. And also know that we will take a look-see around your place to make sure everything's okay and nothing is out of the ordinary over there.
I'm sure that everything is fine. I think I let my imagination get the best of me is all.
I would like to use sensing through deception or lies.
Okay.
Sensing through deception and sensing lies.
Okay.
Wait, which one's sensing? Sensing lies, I'm specialized, so that's even better.
Yeah, it'll ease your task by 2.
Yeah. So sensing lies.
Yep.
Intellect.
Yep. It's gonna be an intellect test.
Okay. All right. Do I use up anything or no, right?
No, it's only if you want to use effort.
No.
But you've got 3 levels of easement right now.
Oh. All right. Let's roll. Here we go. Okay, this dice sucks. I got an 8.
Right? She looks shaken up. But she's also, after being reminded of her husband's loss, like you can see it's a very sobering effect on her. Things have definitely, like her body language has shifted after you brought up her husband. And it could have been her imagination.
Yeah, of course. Will that roll? Yeah, sure. Why not? There's nothing here, boys. We don't need to go. Let's just have more of that cobbler.
I mean, I don't think no matter how bad you read her, that you'd forget that we just saw a bunch of ghost children.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, man.
Like we
I
saw
know
them.
you're lying, but I mean,
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, like maybe you might think like, oh, she just doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
She genuinely believes that she's thinking it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to reassure you, ma'am, one of the gentlemen outside, he's actually with the law himself, so
We don't
he'll
need to
be a
involve the law. There's been no crimes.
no, but you did come in here very worrisome, and just to make sure everything is nice and safe for you to go back after all of everything you've been through, ma'am.
I appreciate it. I'll return to my house in the morning. I just needed a change of scenery is all. Thank you.
I don't know to use hear me now or persuasion. That's it.
Him now.
Yeah. Persuasion or skill talking.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to persuade her because I don't know, man. I would feel bad just going into her place without her permission. I can come back and haunt us and bite us in the ass for breaking and entering.
You have a marshal with you.
Yeah, and you see how she acted. Um, whatever then. Fuck it. Well, there's nothing else I can help you with then, man. Are you sure a simple prayer?
Oh, thank you. I don't talk to God anymore.
And why is that?
He took the love of my life, sir. Would you talk to him if he took the love of your life?
Yes, I would.
You're cut from a different cloth then.
He did take someone, but he did not take, per se. Someone was taken from me who I love dearly. And I still talk to God. Listen, when you think He's not there, He is there. When you think they're not listening, they are listening.
I wonder if you would
After
feel
all,
the same way if you weren't tied to his tree like a rabid dog by that collar of yours.
I am tied to no tree, and no one is tied to any tree for that
I'm
man.
very tired. If you'll excuse us,
Apologies.
I'd like to rest.
Thank you, Gertrude. I'm sorry if I upset your friend.
She and Miss Gertrude escorts you out, and she closes the door behind her as she stands in her hallway with you. And she says, "She's been through a lot, and you might not have been the best one to go in there and talk to her, given her relationship with God, and given yours."
Understood. Even so, the marshal still believes it's the best interest for us to investigate and make sure everything's okay at Harrison home.
You go on, get your work, and we'll be here.
And I will definitely come back for more of that cobbler, by the way. It was mighty delicious.
You're not going off to war, preacher. You're just gonna go investigate a house.
Yeah. But you never know what's out there.
You'll be fine. She tapped your hand with hers and kind of hold it for a
So
second.
one last thing, ma'am.
Hmm.
What was Mr. Barrister's given name?
Josiah?
Sorry to interrupt.
No, no. You boys be safe. It is after dark, and like I said, the streets haven't been the same. But she goes back into her room.
Well, fellas, do we head on over?
Mm-hmm.
Pick up my shotgun. Rack it.
While Preacher Hill was in the room with the ladies, the little boy introduced himself as Timothy Barnes.
This was the leader of the kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, we'll be polite. How do you do, Timothy?
I'm well,
Well,
sir.
we'll be going as soon as our friend's done.
You find out that he's 9, or he was 9 when he was claimed, and he was part of the flash fire that ate up the wheat fields. As most of the boys were that were behind him.
Well, lawman, this seems like some more souls need to be put to rest.
And he leads you down the street to the Barrister house. It is dark. The lamp outside the front door was not lit. In the moonlight, you can see the barn behind the house looming like a gravestone. And Timothy kind of stops at the gate. I can't cross the line for some reason, but you'll see a tree out behind the barn, and you should see the markers for where Mr. Barrister's buried.
Can I
No, thank you.
see or hear anything out of the order of what's already there? Since I can see even better in the dark compared to everything.
It looks like something is moving inside the house, but it looks squat. It looks like it's trying its best to kind of stay low by the window.
Okay. When the little boy, once we're distance from the boy, I'm gonna let the marshal know. And And Hugo as well.
I mean, once you step into the property line, Timothy will run back to the house.
Mhm.
And again, you don't hear the clopping of his feet on the pavement.
Directly before we do, though,
Mhm.
I'd like to take a quick look at if there's an actual line, if there's something we can see, there's some radius or
There's a fence.
magical
There's a fence, and there's some
fence.
no, but there's bushes and stuff. Are you trained in perception?
Nope.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can make an intellect test then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
If you have anything that'll help you with sight, seeing things. You are trained with understanding magic, so I'll lower the challenge I'll ease the challenge by 1.
All right. And I'd toss in 2 effort to it.
Okay. So normally that would be 5. You have a 3 edge, so that brings you down to 2 points of intellect for that effort. So you've eased the task by 3. Okay.
And now just a
D20 roll.
Did that do it in the nope. A physical die. 14. Oh, that should be fine.
14.
Yeah.
You
A little dark. I thought it was 4.
Yeah, you check the property line as far as the fence facing the street is concerned, and outside on the public side of things, you don't see anything. But as you kind of like feel the posts with your hand, as you kind of like peek over and push some of the bushes aside, you catch what looks to be carvings. They're wards. These are the kinds of sigils you would put up to ward a house against spirits.
Take a look at this, boys.
Well, whoever did this knows what they're doing.
Can I go so we see the sigils and all that?
After Hugo points them out, yeah.
Can I use either understanding magic to determine exactly the origin of these sigils and
I mean, they're
anything
family sigils. They would have been passed down.
oh okay. Also, if someone inside the house trying to remain unseen, so we should be on our we're so vigilant, especially you, Marco, with your finger.
All right. Well, get to it.
The moment you cross onto the property line, you feel a shift. It's colder here. You can feel something is not sapping, but definitely nibbling at your heat.
All right, boys. Here you go. And I hand each one of them a bottle of holy water and some sage. I light up a cigarette, light up the sage. There you go, boys. I suggest the same.
Better safe than sorry. I ain't about to say no to any kind of protection.
Is that in line at all with my herbalism knowledge?
Yeah.
Or does Hugo just see this as wild? They don't got no power. What you need is
Yeah, sage is only as strong as the superstitions behind it. Kind of like faith.
well then. Yeah, okay then.
And I
As
am
long as Father
and I
believes.
am superstitious.
Yeah, there we go.
Father Hill is very superstitious, so
Yeah.
All right, then light it right up.
Yeah. You go out behind the barn and you see that there is a tree that just looks not wrong, but definitely unfed. It looks unlike the other trees around the property. Almost like how an emaciated human would look, given the healthy looking trees around it. But you do see that there is a wooden cross. It just has the initials JB.
I'm gonna keep looking at the house to see if I see any more movement or anything else out of the ordinary. That
Same thing.
I'm gonna
Just
just
low.
make sure. I
Anything,
want to make sure that
anything
so this
unseen?
thing
Out
this
here,
thing's still in there then.
yeah, the things are still in there.
Mhm.
Out here, there's nothing. There's a lack of life, is what you're seeing. And now that you're inside the property line, you see exactly where the wards have sealed the property, because there is a line of almost like a little bit of barbecue smoke that comes from the line, and it maybe comes up like a foot and a half from the line itself, and then just kind of dissipates into nothingness. But the smoke is black.
I did not like this at all.
It
We
looks
going
like the
inside?
house has a entrance into the basement proper, like a storm cellar entrance. But you do see that all of you, the three of you, see that the curtain at the window to the back door just kind of like moved, as if somebody moved away to not be seen.
Well, if we're gonna be digging, we better find a shovel.
Is there like some kind of a tool shed or something like that?
Yeah, inside the barn, you can see that there is a tool table.
Oh, damn it! I should have brought my shovel for my equipment.
What do you mean? Of course you brought it.
You don't have it if you want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Apparently, it's part of my equipment. A shovel.
Sure.
Worst case, I could just draw item and
Yeah. Either way, there's a tool bench inside the barn that you can see.
cautiously go in there and try to pick up something to help dig.
There's a rusted over shovel. Looks like it hasn't been used in a couple months.
It'll do fine. So can
Roll up.
usually you do this the other way, huh, Father?
Actually, not really. I don't do any of the digging.
Well, why do you have a shovel then?
Because it was in my it was in my list.
Sometimes you gotta bury somebody.
You never know. Um,
Do we think the
I don't
statue's
really do a
just
lot.
in the grave from the? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Can we tell if from the description that Timothy gave, was it the statue got put in the grave or just buried near it somewhere under the tree?
The way he told it, the statue was found when they opened the hole in the earth for the body's interment. So it had been buried on the property line before it was found.
Oh, I misunderstood.
It's fine.
Oh, I also have a shovel. Ha,
There you
look
go.
at that.
Rain shovel, boys.
Yeah, we've all got shovels, but I guess we don't need to be, I don't know what we need to be digging if the statue isn't under the earth anymore.
That's what I thought. I thought the boy said it was taken inside and put in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I just
But
misheard.
then you confused me by
Yeah,
let's
sorry.
start digging. I guess I'm like,
Is there an external entrance to the basement from here?
There's a storm cellar entrance.
yeah. No digging.
Well,
Gotta
I'm
have
just
more
gonna keep the shovel on me as a to swing around.
Yeah.
You never know.
Hmm.
But when
Better
you
than
go
kicking.
to pull open the storm cellar, you can hear a sound of chains rattling, like it's been locked from the inside.
Locked from the inside. So we have two options. We either enter the house or we break in.
There's something inside that house. I'm sure we all noticed it peeking through the curtains already, and it's trying to keep a low profile. I say we play make believe and we haven't noticed it, whatever it is.
All right, well, lead the way, Father.
And I
Which
go
way?
through. Is there a back door?
There is a back door to the house.
All right. I make my way there and check to see if it's unlocked, the back door.
It is in fact unlocked.
All right. I put my hand inside my pocket.
Mhm.
I rub the rabbit, my lucky rabbit foot. Take a deep breath. And I walk in, open the door and walk in.
I'm right behind the father, shotgun at the ready.
The door opens into a kitchen. You can smell the freshly baked pie, still sitting like on top of the oven, almost like it's left there to be warmed up. It smells of peach.
What type of pie? Oh,
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask.
oh, and that pie must smell amazing right now with my senses.
Yeah. And you can pick
And
out
that cobbler that I had.
you can pick out almost every single ingredient.
Including the secret ones.
So much so that you do suddenly have a taste of copper in the back of your throat.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't try it. I haven't tried it yet. But
No,
I will. Actually, yeah, I would try
that's
it. I
how
would try it.
enhanced your
Oh, that's
sense
the
of
smell.
that's how enhanced your sense of smell is.
Oh,
You
man.
when you swallow, you can taste copper.
Oh.
But so far, there's nothing in the house. There's a hallway that leads to what looks to be a door. That might be the entrance to the cellar, but you can also see that the hallway leads to what looks like the front room. There's a little 45-degree cut that you imagine is where the stairs kind of cut into the hallway to go upstairs. And you hear some shuffling coming from upstairs.
Yeah. I'm gonna use sensing danger as I make my way over to
there's danger.
to the pie. Oh, yeah. Don't need to roll for that, huh?
Nope. There is danger.
This is the kind of common sense danger.
I'm gonna take a little piece of the pie.
You cut into the pie and it starts to bleed.
Oh. Oh no.
A waste of a good pie. Marshall, you got your firearm ready?
Oh yeah.
Hugo, when you step through the doorway, there's a sudden feeling of disconnection. There is this moment where in your mind there is this clearing in a forest, vibrant, full of life. The moment you step in, it is as if that clearing has been sucked dry of that life. You can feel that your connection to the green here is lessened.
Oh, this I get the sense of danger in this place. It's death. Well, let's get out of here as soon as we can.
Am I have I detected anything with my city unseen? Is there any spooks beyond the veil?
On the ground floor, there is none. It's almost as if the wards prevent any spirits from coming into the property. You hear the shuffling upstairs again. And then you hear a clicking noise, like almost like paws on tile. And then the back door slams shut. And there's this voice that just kind of echoes through the house. He has come. The servant of the green.
Who wants to know?
Coming through the roof, you see two dogs descend, one on either side of the group itself. One in the kitchen with you, one in the hallway blocking your path. And these things are monstrous. They're massive, they're hairless, they have bluish black skin, and this broad boar-like body. They are tainted with the feeling of the inner dark. They have blackened, hollow eye sockets, and a third eye that glows like a lamp. There's these tusks that come out and kind of point forward from either side of its jowls, and as one of them snaps his mouth open and closed, you hear the clamping of what sounds like a bear trap, but there's this wicked long forked tongue that comes out and retracts right when the mouth closes. The other one that isn't chomping at the air, its mouth dislocates and unhinges, and the jaw falls, and from it you hear that voice. You have come. It's fitting that your life ends here. Roll initiative, boys.
Oh boy.
Wow. Okay.
What's that one? All right. 12.
And
Hold on. Can't see what I rolled. 16. Also, I have initiative, trained, and danger sense, so that should be east by 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got an 18, you said?
16.
16. What did Hill get?
10.
10.
Is there anything I can add or anything to that? Or
Are you trained in initiative?
Yeah.
I could have eased it by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
I do have, initiative.
You are trained. Okay, so that'll ease it by 1. And then what did Hugo get?
12.
12 with no training in initiative. Yep. So it'll be Marshall Prescott, the 2 dogs, and then Preacher Hill, or rather Hugo and Preacher Hill. So Ben Prescott, start us off.
All right. I am immediately going to take a shot at the one whose jaw opened and the creepy sounds came from.
Sure.
Because that ain't normal. That ain't natural.
That's natural. All right, so that's going to be a speed test. They're not in immediate, but they're definitely in short range, so you've got that covered.
All right.
So are you going to throw any effort at it? You got...
I'm going to throw 2 levels of effort.
Okay. So that would normally cost you 5. You have 2 speed edge, so that brings it down to 3. That eases your task by 2.
And I'm also... Well, I'll do that later if I hit. That is a 14.
14. Easing it by 30, by 2, so that lowers them to... You hit?
Nice.
How much damage are you doing? 6?
The 6 from the shotgun, and I'm gonna use 1 might because I have an edge of 1
Mhm.
to slow bleed. So when it's its turn, it'll take another. On my next turn, he'll take another 3.
Okay. So now they go.
Does that look like it had any effect on the wolf?
Minimal?
Oh boy.
Oh, great.
No, minimal.
But you see that the one with the unhinged jaw flicks his tongue out at Hugo. Would you like to avoid it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid it.
Do you have a
That's
speed
spending
defense?
speed.
Yep.
So how does that work? I don't have a special anything for.
Okay, so it's just going to be a flat roll unless you throw some effort at this.
Yeah, I'll put one effort behind. The thing that says I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, okay. So that'll cost you 3 points. You don't have any speed edge,
Nope. So
but that'll ease the task by 1.
okay, and then just roll the speed.
Just roll your d20.
And that's a 9.
Okay. So you see the tongue just kind of snake its way at you, and you're unsure whether to juke left or right. And as you make your decision, it almost looks like you chose correctly, and then the tongue just shoots in your direction. You take 6 points of damage.
All right. So I've got armor 2. That applies to that.
Yeah,
Right?
that'll lower it to 4.
Okay. And do I have to put that? I can split it how I want between might and speed.
You can split it between might and speed.
Okay. I'll do 2 and 2. Just
It's
to
a
not,
physical attack. But now I need you to make a might check
after taking the damage.
after taking the damage.
Well, good thing I split it.
Yeah, the tongue wraps around your feet and tries to pull you down.
That's a 13.
13. You feel the tug, and you can see the line, the tongue just kind of go taut. And then as it digs its front paws into the wooden floor, you hear it crack, and you can see the dents of its strength, and it pulls its tongue, and just you hit the ground hard on your back, and you are stunned until its next turn.
Oh, great.
The second hound takes advantage and comes over and just brings its maw down on your shoulder. You can't defend against it, so you're going to take all 6.4 because you're armor.
I'll just split that again between speed and might. And,
You do that.
Yeah, let's see. So, I've got 6 and 8 left.
Yeah. It bites down on you, and you see it pull some of your flesh and musculature as it pulls back, and then it just looks up and barks. And as it does, you see its tongue lash out. Father Hill, could you make a speed test?
Oh boy.
Are you trained in speed defense?
D20, right?
Yep. You are not.
I am.
You are not. You are not trained in speed defense. So it's going to be
I
a
don't think
flat
any of us-
roll. I think you are.
Am I?
You might. No, you're not. Oh, I thought somebody was. It might be the other old gods.
A D20, right?
The Monday game. Yeah.
Oh boy.
You want to throw?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, can I throw something into that?
I thought I was going to ask you if you wanted to throw some effort into it. It doesn't matter if you rolled a 2, though. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for free.
Okay.
So you take 6 points of damage.
Damn, I'm rolling shitty. Alright. Where do I put the damage?
You can split it between your might and speed pools.
Meaning what exactly?
You decide
You
how
lose.
you lose your 6
You just
points.
lose the pool. Yeah.
Oh, take away from the pool?
Yeah. Your pools are your health.
Okay. Alright, my
Look at this
speed
guy. Ain't never
is
taken
at-
damage.
Ain't never taking damage, bro. What a guy.
I don't know. So what is it?
That's
How
why
many
it's
points?
dangerous to do
6
that.
points.
6 points.
6 points.
Should I give it all to my speed? I might have had 8. I would take 4 in speed,
And two
and
for might.
then the remaining 2
For might.
from my.
Okay. It would have been Hugo's turn next, but you are coming out of your stupor. So it brings us to
Yeah.
Father Hill.
Alright, Father Hill. Shit. I have 2 things I can do. One.
Start sermoning them. Sermonizing? Yeah.
Remember?
I'm gonna use damper.
Okay.
You hinder all actions attempted by any number of targets within short range who can understand you.
Okay.
You choose which targets are affected. Affected targets' actions are hindered for 1 round.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the 2 dogs,
Sure.
and it's a use as enabler. Cost is 1. My stat is intellect. So that will cost me 1 intellect, right?
No, you have an intellect edge.
With the
so,
edge?
So it's free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Brings us back to Marshall
Okay.
Prescott.
All right.
Just before, mechanically, what does hindered do?
Hindered increases their challenge by 1. So the task, it goes up by 1.
Thanks.
So I have find the flaw. So like any straightforward weaknesses that these guys have that I might know. I don't know.
Oh. They act in concert. So if you can separate them,
Okay.
you weaken their strength.
Okay, understood. Okay. Well, first of all, the one that I shot takes 3 more damage when it's my turn.
Correct.
And separate them. I think I'm going to position myself in such a way that I'm in between them, like physically.
Okay.
Get real close with my shotgun to the one that I already shot.
Yeah.
And kind of at a low angle and shoot him again.
Okay. So that'll be a speed test.
And I'm going to put 1 effort into it.
Okay. You have a speed of 2. You have an edge of 2 for your speed, so it only costs you 1.
Yeah. And I'm going to use another might for slow bleed again.
Okay.
That is 14.
14. You cock the lever action forward, the cartridge expends, and as you come back, and point the gun low and fire, there's a hole in the ground next to him. But it looks at you for a moment with its one burning eye, but it feels like the two dark kind of voids that it has for sockets are its actual eyes. And you just see just the shadow kind of roiling in the darkness, almost like a heartbeat. Both of them you see become translucent, and you can see through them. But you notice that they're trying to stay on this level. The one that you shot at will throw its tongue out again at Hugo.
I'm still stunned, right?
No, it is their turn, so
Oh.
you can defend yourself.
Can I try to roll away?
Okay. It is hindered, so its test is a little harder. You're gonna use might or speed to avoid this damage.
Speed.
Okay, so it's gonna be a speed test. You want to throw some effort at it?
Nope.
Okay.
And it's just the 16 on the die.
16 on the die. It would normally look like it would have darted right through your spleen. But whatever Father Hill did has protected you, because the moment that it does the same maneuver for you, you shift expecting it to hit you, but it continues going forward until it just goes right through the flooring, and it's whipped back. The other one, you can hear the disdain for you having survived the tongue attack, and it just tries to bite you again.
And I can't try to. Can I try to dodge this one as well, or
Yeah.
it's one per? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This I'll put an effort into.
Okay. How much?
Just the one.
That'll cost you 3 points.
Yeah. That's a gamble, but
Yeah. And are you
Alright.
relying on speed? Oh yeah, looks like you're relying on speed too
yeah. Dodge out of the way.
to dodge out of the way. So you're using your speed
crap.
instead of pushing yourself away. Okay.
And that's an 11.
This time, you're just not fast enough. And as you scramble to get up, you think you have the clearance to avoid getting bit, but the jaw just comes in and takes a snapping motion right at your thigh, and it feels like a bear trap. Take 6 points of damage.
That's without the soaking, right?
Oh, yeah, so that would be 4 as your armor.
That's it'd be most 3, 1, yeah. All right. Got 3 might and 1 speed left. Or no, 2 speed left.
But it is your turn, Hugo.
I'm going to try to. Do I think that feeling when I came into the house that I won't be able to grasp of the green?
You could try.
That's what I'll do. I'm gonna try against the one with the missing jaw, the
Okay.
talkie one,
The talkie one.
to just whatever little shrubs that it's still alive in here.
Okay. Are you going to throw any effort at it?
Maximum effort.
Okay, 'cause I think it is 3 points for the base, but you can increase it by throwing effort at it, if I remember correctly.
It's for every effort that I use, I do 2 damage to it on the initial thing, and then for 1 minute, it's held in place.
Okay.
And can't move. No physical attacks, tasks, defenses are hindered.
Okay. So the initial 3 is covered by your edge. Throwing 3 levels of effort at it would cost you 3, 2 is 5, and 2 more is 7.
So be it.
But it takes 6 points of damage because it's 2 per effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And this is magical damage, so you see it pierce his translucent flesh.
I just call up, and vines and roots and stuff start pouring out of the floorboards
Yep.
all over this thing. I don't think either of them had seen it before.
No. Father Hill.
Yes, I am here.
Your go.
I see. Can the Marshal see me?
Yeah.
Marshal, can you see me? Good. After seeing what Hugo did, I'm like, Marshal, and I'm going to use Inspire Action. Marshal, fire. Shoot at that dog right there. Shoot at that spawn of creature right there. Yeah, pretty much Inspire Action is an action called for. If one ally can see and easily understand you, you can instruct them to take an action. If they take that exact action, they do so as an additional action immediately.
Yep.
Doing so doesn't interfere with the ally taking a normal action. So it will cost me
1 intellect point. Because you have an edge of 3.
1.
Yep.
For 1. Cool.
But if Marshal Prescott wants to fire, it would not count against his actions per turn.
Oh, I wonder. I'll absolutely fire.
Okay.
And I'll put an effort into it as well.
Okay, so that'll cost you 1 point of speed. Its defense is
go.
hindered.
Mm-hmm.
Let Ezekiel strike D.
Yeah.
From the Marshal's gun.
I was hoping for something higher. It's 15.
15 is enough. With the vines and your effort, you shoot and you actually hit home. But you notice that it doesn't do the same that it did before. It hits, and where the flesh and bone would have rippled with the impact, this kind of just hits him, and then it's like firing a bullet into gelatin. Like it moves through until it finishes its trajectory and actually hits the ground, blowing another hole in the floor. But that brings us to your turn, your actual turn.
Okay. So the shooting doesn't seem to be super effective. So what I'm gonna do this turn is I'm actually going to tackle it and try to push it as far away from the other one as possible.
Okay.
I don't know if that's like,
That'll be a might check.
all right.
Well, not tackling the one that's entangled, right?
No,
he can't move.
no.
Oh,
The other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one that can move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to move away.
Okay. That would be a might check.
All right. I will put effort into it.
Okay.
One effort.
One level of effort. You got an edge of 1, so it only costs you 2 points.
8. Let me see if I have anything else for this.
It is no longer hindered from Father Jerry's ability.
Oh, I had not noticed before, but like I have weapon wielder, so my ranged weapon attacks do +1 damage. So my shotgun should have been doing 7, not 6.
Oh shit! Okay, that's 2 more.
But all right, I might check. Let's see.
I wanted to have Hugo wrap the other one up, but I wasn't sure if you had enough.
I got a 19 for this one.
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh yeah.
So
Ooh.
17, 18, 19 does 3 extra
that's our
damage.
Is that our first crit for this game?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As far as combat is
Hell
concerned.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, and I have Iron Fist, so you know my melee attacks count as medium weapons instead of light.
so that's base 4 damage.
All right,
Plus-
Fist of Fury over here.
Yeah. Plus the 3 from the crit. Did 7 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
Wait, can you put bleed damage on that too?
Actually, hold on, let me see. Maybe I can.
Actually,
Yeah, I can. I can slow bleed him. I'll do it. I'll spend 1 more might to slow bleed him.
Okay. So the grassed dog is going to lash out. This time at Father Hill. Its tongue whips out in your direction.
not on my watch.
Yeah. You just hear, "You are tiresome." So it's going to be a speed test.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Here are the high rolls
Okay.
that we.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
We were saving him up for the epic finale.
Yeah. You because you got a crit on your defense roll, you don't do any damage, but you do get a bonus. As you dodge out of the way, you knock the table back and it hits the pie, and as it falls, you see that the blood kind of just starts to dribble out of it, and both of the dogs just yell out in unison, "No! The sacrifice!" The other dog,
If I do that, I would have fucking gotten rid of that pie. It was sacrilege to begin with. Fucking huge pie.
the other dog is gonna try to
Oh,
bite
bloody up like that.
bite the marshal. So, do you want to try to dodge as a speed test, or do you want to try to push off as a might test?
I will try to dodge as a speed test.
Okay. Any effort or flat roll?
Yeah, I'll put an effort into it. I might as well try to
Okay.
make this easier on myself, and it only cost me 1, so
It only costs you 1 for 1 level of effort.
yeah. And that is an 8.
Okay. You don't have any armor, right?
No, I do not.
So this thing bites into you, and for the first time, you feel what Hugo has dealt with. It is like a bear trap, just clamping down on your shin, and it almost feels like the bone is on the verge of breaking the way he bit into you. You take 6 points of damage. You can split amongst might and speed.
I will. I put 3 on each.
Okay. That brings us to Hugo.
I'm gonna try to back up from this guy.
Yep.
But keep him in my grasp.
Right.
And can I do the same to the other one? Or is there any restriction against that?
Let me see. 17. Yeah, it's a foe. So if you drop it on one, it would just pick up the other one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then I'll just keep him where he is and back up from him.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the action on my turn to try to do a recovery here.
Okay.
So that's just a flat D6 roll.
D6 plus 1.
Okay. Let's see. So that's a 5 total.
Okay.
And that's my 1 action recovery.
Yep.
And let me get a little bit of speed and a little bit of might back.
Okay.
That was that. 2.
Father Hill brings us to you.
Okay. So was it that this dog said that I was bothersome, right?
I can barely hear you. What did you say?
Or was it that the dog told me at the beginning that he tried to attack me? He said I was bothersome?
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna use terrifying presence. On one of them, I'm gonna bring out the good book, and I'm gonna recite Ezekiel 5:13 on him.
Yep.
It's a cost of 2 intellect, but my edge is free. But if it's a level 5 target, 2 levels above the normal limit, you must apply 2 levels of effort. If it's 3 or lower, no, nothing. If it's level 5.
Let me see.
I bring out the good book. I'm like, you say I'm bothersome, and you ruin a good piece of pie. Plus my anger, and I recite Ezekiel 5:13.
Range. Value.
And go on for 25 seconds. Recite all of
Yeah.
Ezekiel verses.
I don't see the. Oh, it might be why, because. Addition to normal options.
Yeah, you have to.
Decrease maximum level of the target.
I am its worst night.
Oh, okay.
It will be paralyzed with fear.
All right, so you are fortunate that you can throw 3 levels of effort at it, because that's what you need to do.
Okay, so so I have no more effort, or
So, oh no, that just means that's how much you can throw at something. So
okay,
the total cost of this ability is going to be 2, plus 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 2 more is 9, minus your 3 edge means that you must use 6 intellect for this.
okay. 6 intellect will bring my total from 19 to 13.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
I just do my purpose.
Yeah. It brings us to Marshall Prescott.
All right. I'm pretty messed up, so I think I'm also going to recover.
Okay.
That's one action. What die was it again?
D6 plus 1.
D6 plus 1. No, that is a 3 plus 1. That it will be a 4.
Okay. So you can split that amongst all your pools. The one dog that is bound, you see it shudder for a moment, and then it becomes this black mass, and it just oozes to the ground. The other one sinks underneath the floorboard. To get away from the terrifying presence.
Oh, we got him on the run.
Yeah, the three of you are left in the kitchen and hallway by yourselves.
Is everyone all right?
We gotta bust up that pie. I'm gonna take Father Hill had given me the holy water. I'm gonna pour it out onto the pie.
Okay.
And
You hear a
sort of
shriek
smush it up.
from the basement, just echo through the whole house.
Well, that seems to be working.
We got more of that stuff.
Yep. Gave one to each of you, and I have one myself. I open mine and I pour a little bit just to see if it has any more effect on it.
It does not.
Just in case we might need to go. Yeah, just in case we need to go downstairs. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I think yours did its job here. I think we should save the rest for whatever else lurks in this basement.
Well, I don't think we have
Take a
time to sit
breather?
around and rest.
I guess
Yeah,
not.
no. Gonna start.
That answers my question.
Gonna start running towards the base, or trying to find the basement door.
The door.
Well, Father Hill, you've
What?
still got your recovery left. Like,
Your action.
yeah, as a one action, you might be able to do that now.
Yep.
I don't think either of us can do the 10-minute.
No.
Okay, yeah, so I'll do the recovery.
You can do the 10 minute if you want to give the dog time to
10 minutes to recover. Yeah.
No.
I'll do the recovery, take an action for recovery.
All right.
What do I just do?
1d6 plus 1.
1d6? 5.
Okay. So 6 points go back into however you want to split it up on your pools. The door there in the hallway actually has a stairway leading down into the basement. It looks just like a black miasma of shadows.
I'll kick that sucker down, as only a cop could.
Yeah. You don't have any sources of light.
I can see though.
I got a flashlight.
Right.
Well, I bought a round of flashlights. I don't know if anybody else is
So you want to crank it up?
keeping theirs around. Yeah.
Okay. The cone of light pushes through, and you can see it literally push the darkness back as it extends to its full length. And you can hear just this whimpering like a beaten dog. And as you descend into the basement, there's a moment where you see this shadow creature kind of petting the dog's head, and they both look in your direction, and as they do, they turn into the black shadows and just vanish from the house. There's a similar crate in the back of this basement, also with the L and B monogram burned into the side. Going up to it, you will see the same hay protection, and you will see that there is a similar crate, small crate, to the one that you found originally, about 2.5 feet by 3 feet by 5 feet. Unlocked as well, no lock.
I'll having experience opening these, I'll open this up.
You see a similar statue to the one that you saw back in the train station. This one, however, is a pink marble. It almost looks like flesh and sinew made stone.
I think this is the pink shade that Timothy was talking about. And it looks just like the one I saw on the train. Or in this depot.
And all three of you will notice, all three of you, as you look at it, will see it pulsing like a heartbeat.
Magic understanding give us
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's magical.
Magic.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna pour a little bit of holy water on top of it.
Okay.
And as I do so, I'll say a quick prayer. A Hail Mary.
Okay.
A Hail Mary.
Nothing really happens.
Well, then I'm going to grab the shovel that I've got.
Yep.
And try to bring it down against it.
The shovel shatters.
Okay.
Well, I think this is what we need to get rid of.
Y'all think I should take a crack at it?
I mean, with what? You saw what he did with the shovel.
I wrecked my shotgun. The hell you think with, father?
No, he's like, well, I've got a much nicer shovel than he.
All right, I step back a little bit.
Yep.
I suggest you do the same thing, Hugo.
Yeah. Around a corner. I don't want ricochet.
Okay.
Just in case.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely from a safe distance. I'm gonna, just like shoot it.
Make sure to get mine.
Ready when you are, Marshall.
You fire around into it, and as the smoke clears, there is not a blemish on this thing. The box around it, the hay that it is in, destroyed, but it is untouched.
Huh.
You said there's another crate as well, right?
No, it's sitting in a crate. It's in a crate that is within another crate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since it's been untouched, I think I'm gonna very cautiously try to reach out to touch it.
Okay.
Because I think
I grab your hand.
Back.
Like before, I'm like, you think that's wise, Hugo?
So I'm thinking if we can't destroy this, we might have to put it back in the ground where it was found. Maybe the wards were helping keep it good while it was under there, and now that it's been removed and let loose, it can do what it does. It doesn't seem like we can break it normally. What do y'all think?
I think that makes a lot of sense. And you're the expert
Great.
in this. I mean,
Unfortunately, the crate's destroyed, so we might have to touch it. Unless there's any bit of, boards or something that we could try to... Oh, we've got rope.
Yeah. We can
We'll,
jig up a little carrying, jig.
yeah.
Yeah. So you create a kind of leash for it, and you drag it, and it thunks on every step up the stairs.
wait, can we? We're in the basement. Can we just break the lock and go through that
Either way
door?
you go, there's steps, and it's gonna thunk.
Okay. All right. No, but I think it's shorter that way if we go.
Sure. Whatever you want to thunk less, it's still gonna thunk.
Okay. Don't go away.
Yeah. You're dragging it like a dead body, so it's gonna react as such. And any way you go out, it's still gonna be dark outside. It's gonna feel cold.
Light up a cigarette. Light up more sage.
Keep on dragging it to the tree.
Okay.
And both of you've got shovels?
Yep.
Mine broke.
Yeah.
Mine. It wasn't even
I think,
yours.
Well,
I roll up my sleeves. Roll up the sleeves and start digging.
Okay. How far down are you gonna dig? Are you digging right on top of the grave, or are you digging off to the side?
Off to the side. Don't want to desecrate the grave.
Nope.
Like the dead. I don't need this. I don't need her husband coming back to life like a zombie or anything.
Zombie husband.
We put that. We dig there, bury, and then stick that in there. Who knows what it might do to it.
So you dig a hole a few feet away from the husband's grave. And how deep are you gonna go?
You know?
it has to be deep enough to hold it at least. Maybe a foot down further from that. Do I have any specific understanding that I could use to apply to decide something like that?
Without knowing where it was found, at what depth, it's a crapshoot.
Can I look and see? Maybe I can see where this might have been unburied.
You know it was in the hole that they dug out for the husband.
Oh shit! So we have to dig that hole.
Yeah, we are gonna have to
You don't have
dig
to.
the husband, I think. No?
You don't have to. I just need to know how deep you think is safe. That's the line of question.
Oh, none of this is safe.
You're not wrong.
I'm gonna.
Safe. Have you seen us?
I'm gonna walk over to the property edge and sort of lean over it and say, "Hey, Timothy, you there?"
He went back to the house.
Okay, just in case. He might have seen, or he did
That's
see.
his bedroom, Hugo.
Listen, I'm gonna treat this dig like I treat my squats. Full depth.
So 6 feet down.
Josiah will forgive us.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 feet. 6 feet sounds about right.
Mm,
Maybe an extra. You know what? We'll go 7 because 7 is the lucky number.
That's the number of God.
Sure. So you dig down, and you create little steps for yourself as you're digging, so that you're not just digging a 7-foot hole and being stuck down there. And it's barely large enough to house this statue, but you pull it with the rope again. I assume you're gonna bury it with the rope, so you don't chance touching it while you remove the rope.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay.
Lower it down in there.
So this hole's not. So you're saying this hole's not deep enough for this statue?
No, it is. It is. I'm just saying that the
Oh,
hole
okay. No.
where it's gonna sit is just big enough for it.
Oh, okay.
Remember, this is a 5-foot tall statue.
Okay. No.
So this is basically, you're basically digging the grave for somebody. It just happens to be a statue.
Mhm.
You lower it, you drop the rope, and you bury the statue.
Since I can, I'm pretty sure I can just do this for free now.
Mm.
I'm gonna try to grasp the green it down into the,
Mm,
have roots entangle around it a little bit.
sure.
Nice.
You see the dead tree shudder as it comes to life with your invocation of the green, and you can hear it creaking as it stretches its long dormant roots out and just comes up and around and just almost cocoons this statue before just almost like bending over from all the effort that it had to go through and just taking a new shape. But you have grasped it.
And we've now we fill the hole.
Nope. Doesn't take you too long.
Yeah.
It's longer to dig up the hole than to throw dirt into a hole. But you pad down with your shovels and you've buried the statue.
I want to use sensing danger to see if I sense anything else. Any danger?
Not here. It doesn't feel safe, but it doesn't feel dangerous.
Yeah. Does it feel any better than it did before?
Still
Yeah.
cold, but it doesn't feel like it's eating the heat anymore.
Should we go take a look back in the house again? Anything else to see?
I don't think there's anything else we can do here.
All right.
We can still investigate. Maybe search the house just in case. And I can
Let's
I
take
can
a
try
look.
to find another site. I can try to find another cipher.
I was thinking to take a look at that pie and see if it was still befouled.
Don't even remind me about that
Oh.
pie.
It's turned to ash, actually, if you go back inside.
Oh. And that didn't happen right when we put the holy water. Okay.
In fact,
Well, that's a good
all,
sign.
all I keep thinking about, I just keep thinking about Miss Gertrude's cobbler, to be honest.
Then let's get back to her. Maybe the kids will have some inkling of if this is resolved.
Yeah, they would know best,
Do
wouldn't
you
they?
say more?
Right. You go back.
Do we notice
Hey,
anything
wait.
crossing the property line?
Wait,
Oh,
hold on, wait 1 second. Miss Elizabeth, she said that she saw her husband, correct?
Hmm.
Did she say where she saw him?
I think she was saying that she was hearing voices, hearing people around. Did she say her husband?
She said her husband had.
In last episode, she said that she heard
Um,
horses clomping through her territory.
Horses. Could it all come from the statue, perhaps?
You've
I say,
looked into the shadows. You know how they can mess with your mind.
I think I'll have peace of mind if we do a quick sweep around the house before we head on back.
All right. I start heading in to give it a once over.
Yep. Downstairs is very simple. Excuse me. Just a kitchen in the front room. The doorway that leads down to the basement. Upstairs, there are 4 rooms. One master bedroom. What looks like 2 small children's bedrooms. A boy and a girl. And there's a 3rd room that looks like a private library. Does not fit in at all with the quaint kind of vibe of the house. Inside the library itself, you will notice that the door has several locks to keep people out.
We can go in
Yeah,
the library, or
yeah, it's open.
Well, this
The-
looks odd.
It looks like it's been ransacked. Books are everywhere. The little trinkets on the shelves are tossed around. There is the only clear spot is at the desk itself. There is an inkwell. There is a quill, old-fashioned. A little candle, and what looks to be a little snuff box of wax that also has a very intricate calligraphy B stamp inside as well. The envelope on the desk is open. It is addressed to Elizabeth Barrister, and it looks like it was wax sealed. The seal itself looks like the bottom edge, like it has a very diagonal cut, so you can't really make out the letter. But if you look around the mess that's there, you'll find the other half of the, or the other 2/3 of this seal. And when you bring them together, you will see this beautiful calligraphy S.
Now, Donald has a bad memory,
Mhm.
but Hugo's got memorizing and remembering.
Sure.
And was it? Is this the same materials as the letter that went to the that we ended up seeing? That was addressed to Lizzie something.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Like the S, is that the society?
No.
All right. All right.
No. You have seen the S before, but it isn't the same S as the society that started you on this.
Where might I have seen this S before?
You've seen the S.
Is this the S of the lady Burrow or Barrow?
This is the S for the Statler family printing.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting. How everything
Maybe
is
we should.
somewhat connected.
Maybe we should ask what Miss Barrister's maiden name is. Because this is the same seal. I mean, you all recognize that seal, right? It's in your journal.
That way.
Yeah.
I'm not one to ask. Her and I did not see eye to eye.
Gertrude
It'll be
can
best if
help
one of
us
you.
out. Gertrude certainly knows.
Yeah. Another thing that's because it's her husband that she lost. I mean, you notice the two children's room.
Hmm.
How many lives have these towns lost? Have we been to?
Yeah.
Very, very sad. I also, I want to make sure that I close the curtains
Mhm.
in every room we go to, and make sure the windows are closed and locked.
Sure.
After our first stop, that's gonna be that's no more chances.
Okay. I mean, the property's warded anyway, but sure.
Yeah, no. Hey, these people the first time believed in this type of stuff. I believe it now too, after
Mhm.
being a part of it.
We very quickly grew into believers.
Sure. If you go back to Gertrude's house, you'll see that she's waiting up. Once you come inside, she closes the door, locks it behind you. All right, well, now that you're back, I can finally get some sleep. You boys have a good night, all right? See you in the morning, breakfast, as soon as the sun comes up.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
She goes into her room,
Ma'am, one thing before.
stops.
Does Miss Barrister have any relation to the Statlers?
And she's a second cousin, I believe. Her,
Hmm.
it might be a cousin. I don't know with that family, but I know that her aunt Julia is sisters-in-law to a Eustace Statler, and her child married Lizzie's husband's father. So, yeah, it sounds like second cousins to me. I'm not good at math.
All right. And she in communication with them?
Uh,
With the
not
Burrow one?
not that she talks about. Statlers have come into some money in the last few years, so it would have been noticeable, I think, if she was close. Stattlers have
Thank you
always
very much.
taken care of themselves.
All right. Well, thank you.
You boys have a good night. And she goes inside.
Hmm.
What are you pondering, Hugo?
Just seeing what the connections might be. You know, we might not see the tree, but we can see all these different roots. Maybe something will lead us up.
I do feel like there's a lot going on, and we're just scratching at the surface.
Indeed.
The
Oh, well, I think that's
night goes by uneventfully. In the morning, you are served breakfast. Miss Barrister is already gone back home by the time you guys come down. But Gertrude smiles as she comes out of the kitchen with a big plate. I hope you boys like eggs. I made some scrambled, some sunny side up. The biscuits should be done in a few more minutes. There's some gravy there. It's left over. And I might have some slices of ham that I could throw on the fire, and if you want some meat with your breakfast.
I absolutely love eggs. Thank you so much, ma'am.
mm-hmm.
Of course. Dig on in. And she puts down the plate of scrambled eggs, and you can see that there's it looks like maybe 6 scrambled eggs. It looks like she did 6 sunny side up eggs. And after a minute or two, she comes back out, and there's a plate of about a dozen biscuits. And these are thick boys. Like, they're the size of your fist in height. And they're maybe about 6 inches in diameter. Fluffy as
You
clouds.
Wow. Then have to get some of that.
And ma'am, is your friend doing better this morning?
Oh, much
Feeling
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She just needed some time away from the house, I think. I think the reminder of just how sudden and how soon she lost her husband, it's still weighs on her, even though she pretends to be strong. So
what about her children?
oh, they were lost long ago. They barely survived into their 3rd years, each of them, taken by terrible illness.
Hmm.
Illness, you say?
That's just bad. Yeah.
You hear a horse clopping up the property, and as it is, you will hear in the distance a train whistle, and you see the envoy that picked you up the night before comes rushing up. Boys, I got a letter this morning by courier, Pony Express. That train coming in should take you to Norfolk. Looks like something happened with the line up by Boston. Backed up a few trains. It's supposed to be coming down. So they pushed the Norfolk train up. You boys need a ride to the station? And he's like, oh, breakfast. And he comes over and he sits down. Pulls some of the scrambled eggs onto a plate.
Yeah, let's just gather up our stuff and I guess we're getting to Norfolk.
Norfolk it is. It's good to
Certainly hope that
thank
we
you
manage to make some
again
kind of
for-
difference here.
Well, Miss Barrister's got all those holes in her floor now.
I think she
Well-
has more things to worry about. More concerns.
The good Lord saw me fit to be a lawman, not a carpenter, unfortunately. Where that I could help more.
Since we did have that fat stack of cash, I'm gonna leave a bit extra for Miss Gertrude.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah.
You eat breakfast, you pick up your stuff, and it takes you the better part of the day. You come into Norfolk early afternoon, and it's a big city compared to all the little towns that you've been through. It's not hard to find lodgings outside of the train station. You'll find that there are barkers everywhere, calling out, telling you, their deals and whatnot, and excuse me. It's not hard to find lodgings near the outskirts of the town, towards the northern edges where the estate is for Edgar's family. And as the sun sets on Norfolk, after your trip has finally come to its destination, your investigation is only starting. But that's a story for another time, because I think this is a good place to call it for tonight. So,
Man.
thank you, boys, for participating in this story. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope that you also have enjoyed the cipher system as much as I have.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that balance of it.
I like it.
That cost reduction stuff.
Mhm.
That's a really interesting, balance thing that does.
Yeah. But as always, thank you guys. Thank you to the audience for joining us. As always, you can catch us here sporadically for the rest of the year. Life has been really rough, but we're slowly starting to pick up steam again. You can catch me over at the McStabber Studios on Wednesdays for their Demon the Fallen game currently. You can catch me not this Friday, but the next 2 Fridays as I take the mantle of mage storyteller for our mage portion of Queen's Gambit, which is a 5-splat story centered around the Null Zone in Milwaukee. So I'm going to be a mean, terrible god to my poor mages. But as always, we take mental health on the channel very seriously. So if you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up on the Twitch chat. If you're watching it on YouTube later, they'll be in the description box. If you don't do well with phone calls, or if you don't do well with text messages, there's also findahelpline.com. You can click the link and it'll take you to some people that want to help you in your area, because it is okay to not be okay. And I know that the scariest step is that first step. So please know that there are people out there who want to help you. I think that given where we started and given where we've ended, I like where our ghost story went. I hope that all of you are okay with the hounds that attacked you. They were challenge 6, so everything started at 18. So
Wow.
I like that you guys definitely used as much of your abilities as you could for that fight. But you know, you're tier 3 now, so we can get really really sloppy. Because I think the next 4-part miniseries that touches these characters will definitely focus on the Norfolk investigation, and that should get you to tier 6, so you can see what these characters can do at their full strength.
Ooh,
Nice.
So,
yeah.
but hopefully we can fight the real monster of tabletop role playing, which is schedules. So once we find and defeat that evil monster in its lair, we will come back if you want to. I don't want to presume anything for you guys, but I know that I definitely enjoyed each of your characters.
Yeah.
So
We can have a Halloween miracle. And
a New Year's festivities. But definitely be safe out there, you guys. Thank you to my players. Thank you to the audience again. And we'll see you when we see you. Be safe, everybody. Good night.